why do some intelligent people go bankrupt while others who are seemingly less smart become wealthy? Why do people with advanced degrees in economics lose all their money while a bus driver builds a massive fortune? In a fascinating study, it was revealed that IQ has a very weak correlation with financial success, while behavior and the way we think about money mean everything. A bus driver and a gas station worker left behind a fortune worth $8 million when he died, while a graduate from a prestigious university, a partner in a major consulting firm, went completely bankrupt. Stay with me because I'm about to reveal the psychological secrets that separate wealth from poverty and how you can transform your relationship with money forever. Imagine this scene. You're at a family gathering. Everyone's talking about investments, stocks, and real estate. Your uncle brags about how he doubled his money in tech stocks. Your friend is excited about a new business that's going to make him rich. And you're just sitting there, feeling behind, as if you've missed the train. You go home, open an investment account, read a few articles, and start putting your money into high-risk investments, desperate to make up for lost time. A few months later, the market crashes. You lose a big chunk of your savings. Panic hits. You sell everything at a loss and decide that investing just isn't for you. This story repeats itself millions of times every day around the world. Not because people are stupid or uneducated, but because they don't understand the psychology of money. In his brilliant book, The Psychology of Money, Morgan Housel reveals a simple truth. Financial success is not a hard science. It's a soft skill. Knowing formulas and investment strategies helps, yes, but what truly matters is how you behave with money. And that is shaped by your personal experiences, your fears, and how you see the world. Let's start with one of the most powerful ideas in the book. No one is crazy. When you see someone making a financial decision that seems absolutely insane to you, your first reaction might be, what are they thinking? But Housel explains that every financial decision makes perfect sense to the person making it, based on their own life experiences. Someone who lived through the Great Depression will make completely different financial choices than someone who grew up during the economic boom of the 1990s. Both are acting rationally based on what life taught them. If you grew up poor and watched your parents struggle to pay rent every month, your relationship with money will be very different from someone who grew up wealthy and never had to worry about it. If your first experience with stocks was a huge loss, you'll see them as dangerous. If it was a big gain, you'll see them as a golden opportunity. We don't experience the world objectively. We experience it through the lens of our own personal history. This means you can't judge someone else's financial decisions because you haven't lived their life. More importantly, you need to realize that your own financial logic is shaped by your unique experiences, which may be limited or biased. Becoming aware of this helps you make better decisions because you understand that your logic isn't universal, it's personal. The second concept is the role of luck and risk. We tend to overestimate the role of skill in success and failure and underestimate the role of luck and risk. When someone succeeds, we say they're smart and hardworking. When someone fails, we call them lazy or foolish. But reality is far more complex. The point isn't that skill doesn't matter, it does, but that outcomes are influenced by many factors outside our control. When you understand this, you become more humble about your successes and less harsh on yourself when you fail. You also start to appreciate the importance of leaving room for error in your financial plans. Never put all your money into a single opportunity, no matter how good it looks, because bad luck can strike any time. Building a margin of safety in your finances isn't pessimism, it's wisdom. The third concept, wealth is what you don't see. We judge wealth by what people own. Luxury cars, big houses, designer watches, fancy clothes. But Housel explains that these things actually signal the opposite. They often reflect a lack of wealth. Because true wealth is the money you haven't spent yet. Wealth is financial freedom, flexibility, security, the ability to say no, time itself. Real wealth is invisible. It's the stocks, bonds, and savings that haven't been turned into things. That means you should never measure your financial success by what others show off. The person you envy for driving a luxury car might be in deep debt. The person living quietly in a modest home might be a millionaire. The lesson: focus on building real wealth, not showing it off. The fourth concept: the power of compounding. We all know compound interest is powerful, but very few truly understand how powerful it is. Compounding teaches two vital lessons. First, start early. Every year you delay costs you more than you think. And second, reasonable returns sustained for a long time are far better than high returns for a short time. Wealth is not built through huge wins, but through steady growth that compounds quietly in the background. The fifth concept: tails drive everything. In investing, most results come from a tiny minority of events. If you look at the stock market over decades, you'll find that the majority of returns came from just a handful of days. If you missed the 10 best days in the market over 20 years, your total return would be far lower than someone who simply stayed invested. The same applies to businesses. Most of the market's value comes from a small percentage of companies. That means you shouldn't expect all your investments or decisions to succeed. The goal isn't to win every time, it's to be profitable overall despite many failures. This mindset gives you freedom to take risks, experiment, and invest in opportunities that might fail because you know that a few big wins can make up for dozens of losses. The sixth concept: freedom. Housel says the highest dividend money pays is the ability to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want, for as long as you want. That's worth far more than any luxury car or big house. Freedom is waking up every morning and saying, "Today I'm doing what truly matters to me." No boss, no debts, no external pressure. Research shows that control over your time is the single biggest factor in happiness. People who feel in control of their lives are happier regardless of income. So the ultimate goal of money should be freedom, not status. Many people fall into the trap of lifestyle inflation. They earn more, but they also spend more, commit to more, and end up with less freedom. The smarter path is to increase your savings rate, not your spending rate, as your income grows. That's how you build real freedom. The seventh concept: you don't need a reason to save. Many people save for specific goals: a house, a car, their children's education. That's fine, but Housel suggests something deeper. Save for the sake of saving. Because the future is unpredictable, and financial flexibility is priceless. When you have savings with no specific purpose, you're ready for anything: opportunities or emergencies. Those with savings can seize chances when they appear, while those without must let them pass. Also, people with reserves can handle shocks without their lives falling apart, while others may be pushed into debt or bankruptcy. So your first financial goal should be to build an emergency fund, not for a specific emergency you expect, but for all the ones you can't predict. That fund gives you peace of mind and helps you make better decisions because you're not desperate or afraid. The eighth concept: the power of your savings rate. Most people obsess over investment returns, always chasing the highest possible yield. But Housel explains that your savings rate matters far more, especially early on. If you save 50% of your income and earn a 5% return, you'll become wealthy far faster than someone who saves 10% and earns 10%. Why? Because your savings rate is 100% under your control. Investment returns aren't. You can decide today to live on half your income, but you can't decide that the market will give you 20% returns. In the next video, we'll explore the remaining concepts that will completely change the way you think about money.